Radio Free Europe is a media organization that broadcasts news to countries in which government censorship is high and access to accurate, unbiased news is low.
Headquartered in Prague, Czech Republic, Radio Free Europe transmits multimedia reports to 23 countries in 27 different languages. These reports reach more than 47 million people every week. To say the organization's work is important would be an understatement. So how did they end up in a legal battle against the U.S. government?
Originally created in 1949, Radio Free Europe received its funding covertly from the CIA. Its purpose was to broadcast radio reports during the Cold War to combat communist propaganda in the Eastern Bloc. Since then, they've expanded their coverage across Eastern Europe, Central Asia, and the Middle East. They now receive grant funding from the U.S. Agency for Global Media, also referred to as USAGM. Or, at least they did until the agency attempted to terminate funding last month. On March 14th, President Trump signed an executive order that called for the reduction of agencies, quote, that the president has determined are unnecessary. According to the White House, one such agency was USAGM. The following day, USAGM withdrew their grant to Radio Free Europe, effective immediately. This initiated a legal battle with the U.S. government that has yet to be resolved. The executive order raised alarm bells for Americans abroad, especially for those who value freedom of the press.
I definitely don't think that the U.S. should be withdrawing funds from Radio Free Europe. If anything, I think that they should be investing more internationally and making sure that people in different countries are able to get access to unbiased news sources.
If U.S. funding for the station isn't restored, European leaders have voiced their intent to ensure the protection and continuation of Radio Free Europe. Ursula von der Leyen, president of the EU Commission, posted her support for the media organization on X. She said, Radio Free Europe provides independent reporting to many countries where media freedom is threatened. She pledged to work with other EU nations in order to protect Radio Free Europe's award-winning journalism, ending by saying, "The world needs media freedom."
Czech Prime Minister Peter Fiala has stressed that the Czech Republic stands firm in its commitment to ensure Radio Free Europe will continue its purpose here in Prague.
At a time when press freedom is increasingly under threat, the battle for its funding highlights an ongoing struggle for independent journalism. Savannah, Webb, Mundus News.